Yeah, man, first of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the blessing of being able to coach this team and work at this university and live life here in Manhattan. Christmas was wonderful. Guys got to go home, and they were all back early. It was incredible. We had 2 really good days of practice. And then I thought it would take a little bit to get the junk out of us, which it did, and then we got rolling, and then we went into a lapse, and so we got some things we got to clean up, but for the most part, very pleased. We won, hard to win, and looking forward to getting prepared for the first Big 12 game.
Coach, wanted to get your thoughts on PJ. Was there anything you told him after the first half, going into the second half?
Nah, that's why it's a 40-minute game, and if he was 10 for 11 in the first half, I wouldn't have told him anything different. It's just the percentages, pay off. I thought he pressed a little bit. I thought missed some shots that he would normally have made, and just the rust of coming back and playing. But he did what all Americans do. He stepped it up in the second half.
How have him and Nate kind of grown as players from the start of the season up to now entering conference play?
Yeah, well, I think the whole team, they're getting to know each other more and trusting each other more. We've got multiple weapons out there, and every guy's, they got to find their opportunity within what we want to do, and I think that's showing itself in spurts. It's not exactly where we want to be just yet, but I mean, we feel like I told the guys, that's why you don't go on feelings, you go on facts, right? We feel like we didn't play well, but we just scored 94 points, and the feeling is, man, I didn't play well, and but like our guards were 1 for 13 from 3 other than Nate. That's not going to happen very often. We gave them 34 free throws because of dumb fouls. So they scored 24 points at the line. Just so there are things that we can clean up, but you get through this game and you say, man, let's take the win and let's move on.
Dorn and Taj seem to have formed a pretty good duo when they're on the court together. How have you seen that kind of progress this season?
Yeah, particularly when they went zone, Taj is special, man. He's just the best. He just and he's starting to get a little more comfortable, with more playing time and everything, and and Doreen is growing as a player, and he's playing with 2 hands more now, and so, but their zone, we thought we could throw over the top of the zone, and so Taj and Doreen, they were able to do that, and then in the second half, Kamari and Elias probably had a couple like that too. So
last time you talked to us, you said you're pretty confident in what you guys could do in Big 12 play. Why do you think that? Why do you feel confident heading into these games that really matter?
Well, I mean, we have a Big 12 roster, right? But let me clarify that, and that I think we can beat anybody in the Big 12, but I think anybody in the Big 12 can beat us, right? And so we could play really well these first 6 games and be 1-5 or be 5-1. That's just how good this league is. There are 6 teams that are ranked. There are 4 teams that are getting votes. So there are 10 teams that could be in the top 25, right? It's not just the best league in the country. It's the deepest league in the country. And so do I feel like we put together a roster that's going to give us an opportunity to win games in the Big 12? Yes. How many of those games that is? It'll all come down to 1 or 2 possession games, for the most part. But I like our group, and I like how we've improved from the beginning of the year till now.
Is there anything you'll be stressing this week in practice before you take the floor against BYU?
Yeah, we got to guard better. Like communication. Our communication out there, it was almost comical watching some of the stuff that was happening because we just weren't talking, and we tried to do some stuff the last couple practices to get them to see it, but this nothing like game reps, to really, make hit home. So hopefully we can shore that up.
Coach, when you talked about either getting off to a 1-5 start or 5-1 in the Big 12. Does it come down to defense and going either way on that?
It's everybody. You got to guard, right? You got to guard, give yourself a chance, but like you also have to make shots, because everybody in our league guards, right? So you got to have some dudes that's gonna rise up and make shots. So there's a balance there. You got to limit guys to one shot. So every night you have to compete at a really, really high level just to give yourself a chance in this league. And it doesn't mean that you're going to win, but just to give yourself a chance. And so that's what has to happen. We can't go through up 20, 13 minutes to go and go on a lull like we did there. Like, you can't do that in the Big 12 because it's a blowout, right? That's what's going to happen. And so those are the growth aspects that have to take place.
Would it be fair to say then you're striving for a little more consistency in play?
Yeah, consistency throughout the game. Consistency throughout the game. But, we're going to play really well some nights, and the other team, they're just going to be better than us, and there's going to be some nights where the other team's going to play really well, and it was just our night, and we were better than them, but the consistent effort, communication, just all those things that happen when you've been together a while, right? And so we've got 13 games under our belt. Now, there's no more bye games, right? Like, I think BYU and then at Arizona, 10 in the country, number 1 in the country. It's the 12. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited for the guys because they've risen to the occasion, for the most part. So I'm excited to see how we can take this thing up.
What have you learned the most about your team thus far?
Resilient. We're resilient. Like, we don't quit. So, but those are the type of guys we recruited, and and they care, like they care about each other, and they care about K-State.
Questions for Coach? Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. God bless. Go Cats.